Hello guys, Firecub here, and about a month ago, hype for Mortal Kombat 11 started because the Injustice 2 Legendary Edition had just finished, meaning everyone was going straight to work on a new Mortal Kombat game, Mortal Kombat 11, and the hype has started. History Behind the Warrior, Engage Games, loads of Mortal Kombat YouTubers have gone down on the praise. And how about today I rank all of the Mortal Kombat games in order, from worst to best, obviously. All the Mortal Kombat games, apart from the spin-off games, because if it was the spin-off games, we can all tell what would be the worst. So without further ado, let's Mortal Kombat begin. Number 10, we have Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe. It's obvious why this is the worst. You see, Mortal Kombat collaborated with the DC Comics and DC Universe to create another game in the franchise, which isn't canon, but it seemed the 8th game in the installment, considering that Mortal Kombat X is Mortal Kombat 10, Mortal Kombat X, so it counts as an official game in the franchise. It was worse because since it would appeal to DC comic fans as well, they decided to tone down the violence from an 18 to a 15. It says it right there on the box, doesn't it? This is gonna be shit. Mortal Kombat is known for its gruesome gore and everything that makes it a mature rating and an adult or an adults only. But this, it was toned down, and honestly, the game was so pathetic. Give me this heroic brutality stuff. The gameplay wasn't that bad, but the story was definitely just incredibly cringeworthy, and the voice acting was probably paid for by some homeless man off the streets who got off 5p just to come into Never-to-Play games and was just like, hey, now I'll give us your best Batman impression. If you don't already get the idea, the game was bad. And all because of a bunch of overprotective mothers and annoying children businesses. Next, we have MK4. Wait, I mean MK4. You'll be having a go at me for having a go at the graphics of a game in 1995. But I want you to look at Mortal Kombat 3. Now look at Mortal Kombat 4. They added polygons into the actual characters and on the screen, and honestly, it just looked. I'm scared of it. Honestly, it's like that's ATC chat, and I'm actually scared of it. Oh my god, this is pathetic. But it wasn't the graphics, nothing like that. It was the gameplay. The gameplay was 3D. I say 3D quotation marks because the gameplay was just really flimsy. Even for the time, the gameplay was really flimsy. The arcade games before that were completely solid and they worked perfectly fine. So why didn't this game? And along with the cringe-worthy dialogue from Mortal Kombat for this DC Universe, this is the same with Mortal Kombat 4. And it wasn't cheesy, it was just cringe-worthy. It shed a tear, smack lip, and this was for every single ending in there. Next we have Mortal Kombat 3. Now Mortal Kombat 3 was a decent game, and it was a good game in the franchise, and I'd enjoy playing it if I found it in an arcade. But I want to ask you this one question. Remember, I think of a couple significant Mortal Kombat characters, maybe one, a very significant, it's very popular, one of the most beloved characters in the franchise, and the other one, not Sub-Zero, the other one, the God, remember, do you remember him? Right, let's play a game of hide and seek with this roster. Okay, where's Scorpion? Where's Raiden? I understand that Scorpion wasn't as popular at the time, but you're missing one of the most... it was still a beloved character. You're missing one of the most beloved characters in your fighting game. It's like Assassin's Creed 2 without Ezio, or Dark Souls without all of the ridiculously hard Dark Souls stuff that really annoys me. But the gameplay wasn't that bad, and it did introduce digitized sprites instead of actual digitized characters, which I guess will miss digitized characters, but it does look better, honestly. And the gameplay was fluent, unlike... Next we have Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Now, you listen to this title, and you're looking at the image that I'm putting up now, and you're thinking, this is an amazing game. Look at all those characters. Does it really have all of them? Yes it does. In total around 70 characters, and even more options for that, and even including a conquest mode, which is like a story mode. So why was it that the game done bad? Bear in mind, this was Midway's last game in the franchise before they made Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe. Tell you what, yeah, I think they deserve to go off after that. Well, they said that they would have every single character in the Mortal Kombat canon so far, and more, but they didn't function properly. like any Clash of Clans player would tell you, it's quality over quantity. What do I mean by that, you ask? Well, Mortal Kombat Armageddon had its own fatality system, where every single character had the same fatality. And I mean the same fatality for every single character. Every single character has the same fatality. Fatality is supposed to be something which shows the character, and while providing you with something gruesome to feast your eyes on when you to make out your opponents for losing. It's what differed Mortal Kombat from Street Fighter and all the other 2D fighting games that copied it at the time. So to have one singular fatality for every single character, you clearly done something wrong with your game. Now we're moving on to a more positive side of things. These games still have flaws, and that's what differs them, but they're still very good games. I mean, all of these are very good, apart from Mortal Kombat DC Universe. I'm just ranking them so you know which one to play. But this is more positive, so now we're going on to Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, the 5th game in the franchise, which basically turned the tables and made everything much better. You see, Mortal Kombat 4, well, I've already talked about that game, but Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance introduced something new. The story wasn't cringeworthy, the dialogue wasn't cringeworthy, the gameplay was really effective, and the graphics looked pretty decent. It was a massive step up, plus it did include 3D game mechanics that were actually stable and actually felt much better than Mortal Kombat 4. It introduced new characters, and the mechanics and the graphics allowed for some even more gruesome fatalities. Next up we have Mortal Kombat Deception, which is the 6th canon installment in the franchise. Mortal Kombat Deception continued the story of Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance and made it better. It included more characters, it was more colourful while still being a darker toned game, and also provided a conquest mode. I don't know what that is, it's basically a story mode, and it created its own open world game, and it was amazing. At times you forgot you were playing a 3D fighting game. Gameplay was stable and it provided a new online mode for you to play, so good on you, Deadly Alliance. Good on you. Next up we have the first installment in the franchise, Mortal Kombat 1. The game that ruined your childhood. It was all puppies and rainbows until you saw the blue coloured ninja rip off someone's spine. What a lovely day. What a lovely day. This game basically created the age rating system for games. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. I swear to God this is true. The game was classic, and as much as it was a 2D fighting game, much like Street Fighter, it was its own type. It had its own style. It was more gruesome. It wasn't targeted more at adults because it was in an arcade, and in an arcade you could control. The only thing that you could probably control in an arcade was gambling machines for adults only, and other than that, everything was for everyone else to play. It was targeted at the same audience, but it was different, and it found it being different, and that's why the gore and blood is so highly praised, and it's more than just 6 sociopaths want to look at this violence. Or maybe that's just me. But in short, the game was legendary. Now we have Mortal Kombat 2. You're a retard if you don't know what installment this is in the franchise. The game introduced 5 new characters: Melina, Katana, Jax, Kung Lao, and Baraka, along with a boss, Shao Kahn. I mean Shao Kahn. Get the right image, thank you. It was basically Mortal Kombat 1, only it added more characters and was more fun to play. It was more active. It's like Mortal Kombat 1 on steroids. And yeah, it was a bit of an addiction, but okay, don't just imagine stories like the negatives. That was Mortal Kombat 2. That was Mortal Kombat 2. The problem was this, that I can't say for experience because I'm not a 90s kid. I really wish I was. Well, I am a 90s kid, just wasn't born in the 90s. But the only games that I've played is Mortal Kombat, as far as I'm aware, Mortal Kombat X, and God may I even say it, Mortal Kombat DC Universe. In second place we have Mortal Kombat X. This game was actually pretty good. It took the gaming franchise onto the next gen console, allowing it to look better, more vibrant, but the colours are still a bit darkish, and it was like Deception darkish, but it was less colourful, and I guess it matched, but it wasn't really that interesting to look at, if I'm going to be honest. The problem with the game, I think, that makes me not want to play it much, is the fact that, well, it was a lack of content compared to what we got in Mortal Kombat 9, which we're going to talk about, you guessed it, next, because that's the only other game I haven't talked about. meaning you've already know what the winner is. Mortal Kombat X had a fresh story and it was a decent game, but there was still a lack of content in there, and it just felt empty. Next we have Mortal Kombat 9, the game that I grew up on. Well, not grew up on, I mean, it was only about 2 years ago when I started playing it, but oh boy is that game full of memories. The game was mostly praised because it had a new story that rebooted the franchise. It was a great kickstart for Mortal Kombat's new rights owner, NetherRealm Studios. The game was filled with so much content. There was even a challenge tower, which was basically just a mode where you would have these missions, and there were 300 missions in total. I've completed it, but I had to skip the final boss because I couldn't beat Flesh Pitsman either, but I still got to look at that costume. And after the horrors of Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe, this game was a fresh start, and it was amazing. This is why it was the best game out of all of them, and at a #1 spot. And that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. And well, guys, I mean, there might be a girl watching. I'm not sure. I have no idea, really. People of all genders, thank you for watching this video. Hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye.